want you to stay. Till I'm in the grave. Till I rot away, dead and buried. Till I'm in the casket.
My face just fat, okay. Okay. It's not the camera, it's my face just fatty watty. Like, if you know more than me and you know how to build your own house, baby. Like, all that stuff add up. The countertops, the cabinets, the floors. People start to hear you doing too much good and they don't want to help you do it. They don't want to see you do it. Watch you telling your dreams and your goals too. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I am Brianna, and today's going to be another episode of Just a Girl in Construction. Today we're actually going to still be in Nashville. It's going to be like one of my normal days. Last time we did like a travel day to Memphis and we had to do work on rental property out there. Today we are working on a church in Nashville. They actually already had a contractor before us, and then the contractor like did some work and then basically left them high and dry. And so we are going to help them out basically with finishing up their project. They were doing like a whole renovation to their church, like their bathrooms, kitchen area, really the whole church eventually, but the first phase was going to be the bathroom, kitchen area, and that part of the building, but it never got completed, phase one. So we're going to, they want us to do all the phases, but we're just going to start with phase one and see how that works, because y'all, I don't know. A lot of these situations where people are left high and dry, there's usually a reason behind them being left high and dry. There are some people that are just, some contractors out there that are just there for the money and they don't actually know what they're doing. So once they get to, they can fluff a little bit, milk some money out of you, fluffing, you look like they're doing something, but once they get to the work that they really have to do and they can't do it, that's when they up and leave after they got some money. So actually, let me turn my car on. Is there a problem? Why you look like that? I don't even know what he said. But look. Anyway, but like I was saying, some instances like this happen where it is completely the contractor's fault and it doesn't have anything to do with the owners. But sometimes it do have something to do with the owners. Everybody's not all the way blameless, sometimes. And we don't know why the person actually left. It could have been a whole different reason. They could have not left them high and dry like they're claiming. We only know one side of the story, basically, So when you go into stuff like this, it's always like you don't know, because it could have been them doing some shicey stuff and not the contractor. But we can't talk to the contractor, and hopefully it's a church too, so it's like hopefully they wouldn't be on no shicey stuff because it's a church, y'all. We just gonna see how the first phase works out, y'all. So I'm about to go in and show y'all like what's going on, what we got to do, and yeah, y'all stay tuned for this series. And I'm also going to start for the people who are engineers or interested in engineering, or engineering students, construction, all that. I'm going to start on my other page, which I'm gonna put up here on Breeze Blueprint Talks. Literally the same name, just add talks to it. I'm gonna do like sit down talks and give advice. Basically talk about everything construction, engineering related. I'm gonna talk about my schooling, my grad experience, undergrad experience. I'm gonna talk about my experience in the field when I worked in commercial. So I'm gonna talk about it all and kind of give details and advice. And this page is just gonna be more of like the vlog part of it, So if you do end up liking the vlogs and you want to learn more or know more, please go to that other page. And you can also leave down in the comments some questions or whatever any questions you have, or if you want to leave down in the comments below like topics you think I should go over on the other page. So I think one of the first things I'm going to do for my topic wise for the other page, I was thinking about doing just an explanation of how I got into engineering and construction. But I don't know, is that interesting to some people? I don't know. But I was going to do a lot of different things. Like I said, a video on my undergrad experience as an engineering student, my experience as a grad, because I do have my master's in civil engineering. And I definitely was going to talk about my experience in commercial, because commercial and now what I do now at residential, completely different, y'all. And I'll tell y'all like maybe why I chose to go with residential over commercial after having that experience. And so yeah, let me stop talking because I know I can rant a little bit, but I'm about to go in. I just wanted to tell y'all that, and yeah.
Box of those 4-foot grids, and then we need one box of the 2 feet. We need one more box of those. We need a box of this and a box of that.
You took a picture of it?
Yeah. Square foot of this one. So yeah.
No, he just got it. But he just pulled up. So y'all, this is the women's bathroom, and we got to do the flooring in there. We got to do ceiling work, obviously the HVAC and all that, the whole MEP systems need to be hooked up. We don't have no toilet, sink, none of that. So we're about to come in here and do all of that. Also do some touch-up paint. That's the pastor's office that they're standing in. And right now we're just coming in from the side, back door technically.
What's the measurement, dude?
I'm trying to get some measurements before we go pick up some material.
Hold on. He said he one box of these.
That's the, so now it's gonna be the yellow box right here on the corner.
Right here.
No, sir.
So when I started building houses, man, listen, I used to have wood, listen, out of my SC 2-seater. Man, I had wood out of that jump. I said, man, so I did a lot of stuff, so I know dude, right? Now I'm in her Lexus. And so,
But my dad was saying this, y'all, because we really came in my car. We forgot that we was picking up the type of material we was picking up. Because it was like a last minute decision of like, you go here, we go here. And we ended up taking my car to get this stuff. And we like, when we finally got there and we getting the stuff, we like, this does not work. Y'all, we should not have had that in my car. It was really too long. We had to go through the trunk and like have it open and, you know, put the rope through it. Like we really had to tie it down in my car because it wasn't, we should have had the work truck go pick up this stuff and we should have went to Home Depot. But rash, quick decision of like, you know, like I said, you go here, we go there. Okay, so this is gonna be like the utility closet area. So the water heater is gonna be in this area, and they also gonna use it for like, you know, broom, mop, all that stuff. And I'm just showing y'all the ceiling because we about to put the panels in. So I want to show y'all the open ceiling before that. And then right there next to that storage area was a like sitting area they're gonna have when you're waiting to go into the actual sanctuary. And I'm just going through each room showing y'all them starting to put the wall molding part before they start putting the actual panels in. I'm gonna show y'all that, but this is the before. Okay, y'all, so we're coming to Home Depot actually for another project, but I'm gonna go ahead and include this in the video. But we're trying to put this barn door up, and we needed some bolts. They lost one of the bolts, and I need to match it up and try to get one to go with the one that we lost. So that's me trying to sit here and match it up and get the bolts. So I think I found one that matched, and so I'm waiting for my brother to get the rest of the stuff we need. And here we go, some pictures. I actually forgot to record when we got there because we was having issues with the doors because they didn't realize they bought a different door. So they bought a double track barn door when they were really supposed to buy a single track barn door. So, you know, it makes it a little bit more complicated, but we got it up there. And then, y'all, the next day we ended up in Memphis to work on our rental property out there that we worked on in the last video. Y'all, my days be all over the place, so just bear with me. We be from Nashville to Memphis to one house to the next house, so we just keep it moving. One thing I learned about the construction field is that it's very, very all over the place. Like, you can be doing one thing one day, the next thing you're doing something else. Is just very unpredictable, y'all. Your days are very unpredictable when you're dealing with construction, but that's just how it goes. I had a hard time coming to a conclusion with that just because I've been trying to keep myself on a routine, and that helps me, but I try to force myself still to keep a routine and just, you know, still also be able to go with the flow sometimes, you know. It's something that I really had to work on. Like, I love the work, but the unpredictable part is crazy. Y'all, look at my kids, my babies. Y'all, I miss Buster so much. If you don't know, my little dog, the black furry one, he died a couple weeks ago, y'all. So it's been, oh, I missed him. I'm just gonna say that I miss him. My boyo. Side note, y'all, I actually have 2 more videos that will come out after this, but it was recorded before this, and it's going to be talking about Buster, but I just haven't been able to edit them just because seeing it's been really, like, you know, kind of getting to me as I'm editing. So I decided to put this out before I put out the ones that are around him and about him. So yeah, just to let y'all know, when y'all see the next 2 vlogs, probably it's going to be about him, and y'all probably already have the news by then that he passed away, but those were recorded like the actual week of, the day of type, you know. So it's completely out of order. But as y'all saw, today's task for the rental property was installing the doors, drywall. We painted the bed. We also did some outside trim work like y'all saw. And that was about it for here. We didn't get to finish everything. It got dark and it was time to go. We also had to get back home the next day. So we had to get up early because we got to be at the other job site. So it's time to go to bed and get on the road. So it's the next day and we're back at the church here in Nashville, y'all. The ceiling panels are now in. I'm showing y'all. I'm gonna go around the whole building and show y'all the ceiling panels that were just installed, and they're about to start on the flooring. That's the flooring right there that we just got, and they're about to start on that. I think they actually already started in this clip. I'm going to show y'all, but yeah, just watch. I haven't been face-to-face with y'all in a little minute since I started this vlog. It's probably a whole week later. I don't even know what. I have to figure out the dates later. But we're still working on this church project, and I checked on it this morning, which I showed y'all, but I'm about to check on it again. It's kind of like midday. I'm about to check on it and see how much of the floor they got done, and go take some more pictures, you know, just check up on the project like I usually do. I'm supposed to do. So yeah, that's what I'm about to do, y'all. And you're coming with me, and I just want to show my face, even though I'm not fully together. Like, my face ain't, fully together. I still want to show my face because I haven't in a little minute on here. So yeah, nice to see y'all.
Y'all, so we're at another project that's separate from everything we went over this past video, y'all. This project, we were actually today just looking at it. Look at me running, y'all. I was not feeling the bugs and the grass and all that, but this was a new project. We were kind of just getting an inquiry on, trying to figure out what we were going to charge for everything that we saw. So this is our first time seeing this particular project. And yeah, so we have to clean it out. We're gonna have to paint eventually. We got to do some drywall work. It was a few things, but we're not doing like the whole thing. He just needs to get it fixed up a little bit so he can rent it back out, because the renter that he had left the trashy, obviously, So we back at the church. We're right now discussing with the pastor how we're going to do the switch of the doors. So they want to move that door to where the black plastic, and we're going to close up where the door is. So we're just moving that door to that side where we're looking at right now, and we're going to close that whole wall up where the door is right now. So he's talking to him about how we're going to do that.
So they'll make it accessible for you. Put a little 2x4 some on the side, which is similar to what that same concept they have here, because of the distance of the measurements on it. But then he's gonna put that in there. I think he talked to you about it being cut already. We're gonna try to put a board up there and make it look clean, instead of making it look all, rugged a little bit. So he's gonna do that. Put that in, put the concrete, put your door in, and fix it over there. No, the urinal. The urinal. It's a man. The urinal, like.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's just a little space in here. That'll be a little space so people can do that. This will be small. The distance between this. Then you go from my doors. Well, you already made the door then.
From your hand. Finish, but I know this man not answering the phone. Yes. You said something like roundish like that. Alright, y'all, we moving that door over there. The HVAC dude installing the ductwork, and then they're putting in the doors. All right, y'all, so this is where the new door is going to be. The double door that's on the other side of this wall that we saw out from the outside is now going to be on this side of the wall. And then they're going to close that side on the other side where the door is already. We're going to close that up, and this is going to be the new entrance. And that way they're not walking into the sanctuary. You know, they'll be walking into this hallway, kind of. And then there's going to be another door right here to get into the sanctuary. But when they first come in from outside, they'll be coming in from right here now instead of already in the sanctuary. I think this is gonna be a little waiting area for like when they, I might have to do a voiceover, but this is gonna be a little waiting area for when they are kind of like, I guess, praying, you know, praying when you can't really walk into the sanctuary. You can wait right here before you go in. And the glass kind of door that we saw is gonna be right here. But yeah, they're doing the HVAC. They're putting in the doors right now, the countertops to the bathroom, and then working on changing those doors. Okay, y'all, so the doors officially moved over, and now we're working on closing the other side. We also picked up the countertops earlier today, if y'all could tell by the same design, and they're starting to install the countertops. This is in the women's bathroom, and then I don't think they started on the men's bathroom just yet, but let's peek. Yeah, no, they haven't started. We have another worker here finishing the floor right here in front of the sitting area and the storage closet. So yeah, y'all, we actually need to go to Home Depot again. We're at Home Depot again, trying to get some of the baseboard. So this is what we're going to use for the baseboard instead of, you know, in residential you usually use the white trim boards, baseboards, but we're going to use this rubber vinyl. And we were just trying to figure out what color we were going to use. So I really like that color. That look tannish color that I just tapped. Yeah, I really like that color for the church. But they ended up going with black, y'all. Yeah, you know, that's one thing about being a contractor and having to, like, you know, you got to listen to the owners and what they want. Some choices when it comes to designs and layouts just be like, but it's theirs, so you just gotta hold your tongue sometimes. You can say what you think, you know, offer it up. Hey, I think that looks better, but at the end of the day, it's they stuff. They get to pick it. But I be hating it sometimes because some stuff just be looking so tacky, y'all. So freaking tacky. But we also needed some drywall because they got a board up around the doors, like on the top. You just saw where the block showing that can't be showing, so you gotta cover that up on really on top of all the doors. Yeah, y'all, now I'm just walking through. Y'all, they done already start putting up TVs. They can start putting furniture in there. And this is the women's bathroom. Y'all know the floor was actually already done, but we had a leveling issue. We caught them kind of in the middle of like trying to cover up a mistake. They should have leveled out the floor instead of trying to just, you know, put the floor down instead of making it level as they can. So it's kind of like, once you start stepping on it, like, you know, to see how I feel, it was off. The level was off. So it's dips in the floor and stuff. So they had to take that back up and do that right. You know, you can't do that. You can't be half doing it. So we made them take that up and relay it. And so that's basically our job as the general contractor to catch stuff like this and make sure they do it the right way. Because, you know, for the most part, a regular person is not going to know what they're looking for. They're not going to be able to catch it until maybe too late at that point. So yeah, y'all, this is kind of like coming together. I'm just showing y'all. I think these are days apart at this point, y'all. I can't even remember. But here's my boyfriend. He's about to start putting down the vinyl for the baseboard.
All right, so hey, y'all. We are back at the church on the job site. My boyfriend today is installing the little baseboard that we bought. It's vinyl baseboard, basically. This time we're using for the church. Usually we'll use the, you know, the white regular baseboard that you see in your house, you know. But since it's a church and it's a little bit, not easier, but I think it's easier to upkeep versus the white trim boards that are at our houses and stuff and get dirty real fast and stuff. And since this is going more into like the commercial side, I figured that would be better to use, and the preacher liked that material. So we're using that for the church as the baseboard. So my boyfriend's installing that right now, and then my brother just dropped off the toilets that we need to get put in. So I think he dropped off 4 toilets. So 2 toilets and 2 toilets in the women, two toilets in the men. So he just picked that up and dropped that off. He's supposed to be going back and getting us a little knife, a little ecto knife, but I don't know if y'all know how my brother is. I don't know. I don't know if he's actually going to do what he said he's supposed to do, you know how he be. I'm also about to work on a quote that I think I told y'all about. I'm not sure. I'm recording 2 different YouTube videos right now, so I'm not sure if I mentioned on here or there yet. My dad has another job that we are about to start working on. It's somebody that we know has a rental property out in Springfield, so they are trying to get it back, you know, up to par so they can rent it out again. And so we have to go down there. I think we're going to clean it out because they basically left it dirty. Like lately, I don't know what it is with these renters, but they left it dirty. I don't know if I've already showed y'all by now, because I did. We went and looked at the house earlier. Last week sometime we went and looked at the house, so it should be in this video. I'm not sure. I don't know what I recorded, but if I didn't record it in the video, look, my glasses crooked. I think I did record it, so I don't know. I'll put it in here, or you would have already seen it by now. But the house is really dirty, so we have to clean it out. We're gonna paint it. We're gonna do a couple things in there. So I just gotta get the quote ready. I know we're already going to do the project because the person already said it, and we know this person. It's just the simple fact that we gotta get the paperwork together. So I gotta get the paperwork together. I'm gonna send it out to my dad when I finish. But I'm just outside the job site waiting on my boyfriend to finish the baseboard stuff. And yeah, let me finish this real quick, and I'll get back to y'all if we do something different or if we go somewhere else, y'all. I don't know. But I really think that's it for today. We were supposed to go out and where we did that barn door, the sliding barn door. When was that, last week? I think that was last week. But y'all saw us get the materials for it, but you didn't actually see us do it because we ran into a little hiccup. It was a 2-track barn sliding door, okay? When my dad thought it was just a 1-track barn door, which we put up 1 tracks, you know, a couple times. And so my boyfriend started doing it because also there's no directions. So, you know, if we had the directions, at least we would have saw that it was a 2-track, not a 1-track. But there was no directions, no picture, no nothing with it. So we just got it, and my boyfriend started putting it up as if it was the 1-track that they're used to doing, and it wasn't. So we ran into a little hiccup. Everybody was getting a little frustrated, and so I did not record us getting it up, but I did take a picture at the end, as I usually do when we finish a project, and I put that in here. I know for a fact. But you don't see us actually, you don't see nobody putting it in, installing the door. However, we do have to go over there to finish it because we just gotta caulk some areas, like, you know, just finish it off looking pretty and stuff. And we gotta put a handle on the actual door because we did not put a handle on the door because they didn't get the handle, or the handle didn't come with the kit that we had. So we have to go get the handle from Home Depot, and then we have to, like, you know, just make it pretty, finish it off, finishing touches for the barn door. So I know that's on the list. I don't know if we actually get to that today, but that's kind of wraps us today. I'm gonna start trying to be intentional with getting on the camera and introducing the day. But I feel like if you clicked on this video, you more so want to see the project being done more so than me sitting in your face talking. I'm thinking at the end of these type of videos, since I'll have it mostly about you seeing the project and it being completed and us going, you know, getting materials, installing everything, that at the end of each video, then I'll talk about, you know, if we had any problems. I'll talk about all the things that we did, give a brief overview of kind of what we did for understanding and stuff like that. So I'm thinking about doing that. I don't know why my face looks so bad, but anyway, my face just fat. Okay, it's not the camera, it's my face just fatty watty. Okay, whatever. But anyway, y'all, so that's kind of the gist of where I'm going to. I think I'm going to start how I'm going to start doing these type of videos, because I'm going to start posting, I already told y'all, more about each project. So every time we do a project, you're going to do video. Now, at first I was just going to have us me doing weekly vlogs of my work life, but I'm thinking about maybe just categorizing it with projects. Okay, and I don't know how that would work, because I won't be posting them as often as I could, but I think it's easier for you to see the depth of the project if I do it one video, one project, one video, one project, you know, instead of having the project split into multiple videos and you have to go find it to see the beginning and find it to see the middle and then, you know, find it to see the end of the project. I think it's easier like that. So that just means I will be recording, but I'll hold on to that video until the very end of the project. And kind of like what made me get this idea, because I was watching De'Ara and how she did her house, like getting her house built, and the fact that she held on to those videos until her house was completely done and then posted them all kind of like at once, instead of recording some every week or two and then posting it, waiting for it to be done. You know, I feel like for people's attention span, just to see the project in one video is a lot better, and it's great. It gives a better visual and understanding to somebody who doesn't work in the field, because it's easier for them to see like actual start from the end without having, you know, like without having to go look for it. So I think that's what I'm going to do, and I'm just gonna hold on to the videos until this project's done. This one, the church is kind of easier, like I told y'all, because it's quicker. Like we've only been working on this project for maybe a week or two, maybe not even a whole, maybe going on 2 weeks, okay? And we're gonna have to be, it has to be finished, and it has to be finished by Saturday, you know? So this is like a 2-3 week project, so it's easy for me to hold on to that video and then post, you know, because I'm only waiting 3 weeks versus a full project, maybe from start to finish, like ground up, I would have to wait maybe 2-3 months to post it, you know? So I don't know how I would do the ground up projects, if I'll do it the same way, but as far as renovations and stuff like that go, quicker processes, quicker projects, then I'll definitely do it like one video. I'll hold on to that and just, yeah, I think that's how we gonna do it, y'all. And yeah, that's the only update. Let me get to work because I've been talking y'all too long and I need to get to work. So yeah,
I'm gonna go get another row of that in the they call it?
From Home Depot, drywall, trim, and caulking. So yeah.
Okay, y'all, so as I'm editing, I'm gonna throw this in here. I realized I did not really close out the video, so I am about to try to close out the video real quick, y'all. So announcements, back up. I definitely included a lot more in here than I had planned on doing, but I just thought y'all would, you know, like to see it. Hopefully y'all did like to see it. It's honestly just some random days of my work day, basically. Random work days with me, basically, is what this video is. And I'm gonna attach it to my Just Graphic Construction series, like I told y'all at the beginning. But I do want to let y'all know, as far as the church goes, like I said at the beginning, we came to the conclusion we're not going to do any of the other phases, y'all. Basically, the preacher, I don't know how it happened, but he didn't want to pay one of our subcontractors or a price him and my dad agreed upon. He don't want to pay it. I think it was like the plumber or something like that. But for some reason, he didn't want to pay it, and we had to come out of pocket and pay. You know, we still got to pay our subs either way. And yeah, y'all. So that was like right on the sign, like, why, you know, if he don't want to pay, this is the first phase we on. Like, if he don't want to finish out the project and pay, while we go into a whole nother project, that it could just happen again. He don't want to pay somebody and then we be responsible again. Like, nah, nah, y'all. So we're not doing any of the other phases for that church. We're done. We did everything we were supposed to do. We did the floors, we put the ceilings in, we did touch-up paint, we changed that door over, closed off that wall, put the drywall up, painted it. They already got furniture, like I showed y'all at the end, furniture in there. They had service, and the preacher been in his office. They, you know, so they've been using the spaces already. One of the things that we were going to do for them that was kind of like going to be a part of it, now it wasn't in a budget because they really had a tight budget, you know, since whoever had ran off on them, they had a real tight budget. But my dad, you know, trying to help them out because it's a church, you know, and somebody had asked him to, you know, help them out. So the people, first of all, after all this is after the preacher don't want to pay our sub. So we paid a sub. And why, y'all, somebody else from the same church called and was like, basically, they had ordered the dividers for the bathrooms because, as you saw, the bathroom dividers were not in there. The toilets were already set up, sink, everything's in there for the bathrooms, but the dividers are not in there. Okay, so basically they've been having to use it as basically a one-person bathroom because, well, at least for the men, we kind of put up curtains then to be able to use it temporary, the bathroom, for multiple women to be able to use it. Okay, so the lady calls him after all this, you know, happens with him not paying the sub, and she calls another lady from the church, calls my dad, and was like, basically, you know, can you basically put the dividers up? Which was my dad was going to do before all that happened with him not wanting to pay. Like, why would we do something else for y'all that wasn't part of the deal extra when you don't even want to pay? You didn't even want to pay our last subcontractor that worked on your job. So like, why would we put ourselves in that position again where you might not even pay us when they put it up there? Nah. So I just found that, like, that's ballsy though. I guess that's why he had somebody else contact my dad instead of him contacting my dad, because that's just ballsy. How you just gonna not pay somebody and then ask them, well, get somebody else to ask to do something else for you? Like, that's crazy. So basically, that's what happened, y'all. To sum it all up, I'm not getting into all the details because it was between my dad and him, but that's basically the summarized version of it. And that is why we're not doing the rest of their phases, y'all. That confirmed what I said at the beginning. You know, sometimes it's not always the contractor. Like, sometimes the owners, the people, the clients, and if you're an entrepreneur, you know that sometimes the clients just are bogus. That has nothing to do with the business owner, you know? Sometimes it really is the clients. Like, you can have bad clients. You can have, just like you have good clients, you can have bad clients. Yeah, don't matter who it is, you can have a bad client. It could be your friend. Your friend could be the bad client. It don't matter. There are bad clients out there, okay? Now, somebody might ask why we're not suing him, all this stuff. Like, it's honestly not that much money to be suing somebody over. Like, people be jumping to sue people so fast. When you spend so much money going through the legal system, you spend so much money on lawyers and all this stuff. By the time you maybe won, you didn't spend more than you won. Like, especially, it has to be a large sum of money for you to be going to the length of suing somebody. Like, I just really don't understand when people just so quick to jump. Oh, I'm gonna sue you, I'm gonna sue you, I'm gonna sue you. Like, y'all don't understand how much goes into suing somebody. Like, that is mentally draining, that is financially draining, that is just draining. And if you don't have to sue somebody, like, why? It's really not worth y'all time. It could be a long process, a tedious process. You might not even get all the money you spend back, and you might not even win. Like, if it's not a big situation, I don't see. Y'all, my head messed up. I'm just trying to let me put this video. But I don't see the purpose in suing people over, you know, basically chump change. Like, it was probably like a couple $100s, I think, that was left for him to pay. So like, it's just basically principle is why we're not doing the job. But it wasn't like it was just you know, a substantial amount of money. Either way though, like I said, we're not big sue people anyway, just because, like I told y'all, I know what all goes into like suing somebody, and that's just not the type of. It's just too much, y'all. Honestly, if you don't have to sue somebody, don't just be throwing around. I'm gonna sue somebody. You spend a lot of money on lawyers, and you spend a lot of time and energy. Like, it's not worth your time and your energy. I promise you. Unless it's something really big, like, for example, De'Ara and what he took a lot of her money. Ken, supposedly. So, you know, that's a substantial amount of money. Okay, I understand. But honestly, I don't know. If I was her, I might not even have sued. I might not even have sued after that. Like, I don't know. I'm the type of person, like, y'all, it just don't be worth your time. Like, that's a lot of energy, that's a lot of time and effort and just emotions, and like, it's just a lot to go through with suing somebody and the whole court system and legal system. Like, if I don't have to do that, I'm not gonna do that. Okay, that's not where I want to be. I don't want to spend my time in the court. I don't want to go to court. I don't want to be talking to lawyers. I don't want to do none of that legal stuff. Like, I don't get into all that. I don't like that. I'm just the type, honestly, like, God, you got it, handle it, because I don't want to handle it. I don't want to do that. Okay. Yeah, that's basically where we leaving the church. We're just wiping our hands clean with it, and that's just what it's gonna be. But honestly, y'all, it's just really sad because like it's a church, y'all. So I don't know. I was just hoping for the best, you know, best of people, trying to see the best of people. But it's really just shiesty and greedy people out there. It don't matter who you are, it don't matter what job you have, it don't matter nothing. Like it, and it's just honestly sad to me. I really hate that for people. Even when it comes to like the suing thing, like I just feel like a lot of people who, oh, I'm gonna see you. Like you're money hungry, you're greedy. Like I said, if it's not no big thing, you spend more money going through that process usually than you end up making. Like, I don't understand. Why do you want to go through that? Like, that just seems so exhausting mentally, physically, emotionally, spirit. Like, it just feels like it would be draining, you know? So that's just not something I would willingly put myself through if I don't have to. So yeah, y'all. But it's very sad that the church ended up being like that. But we move on and we learn and we move on. But y'all, this is one of the reasons I told y'all that I do not personally want to build for people anymore. Like when I kind of take over the building, you know, of the family business, I don't want to build for people. It just gets to a point where it's just, clients can be so, they can be so difficult and I really like building. I really like the process of it. I like seeing it go from ground up. I like just the whole process of it, and dealing with certain clients, they make it where I don't even want to deal with, I don't even want to do what I like to do. And it just, it's not even about the money all the time, y'all. Sometimes it's really not about the finances. It could just be the client's attitude and the micromanaging. Like a lot of clients nowadays, because they watch building channels, flip channels, they swear they know something. They know more than you. Like if you know more than me and you know how to build your own house, baby. Like I just don't understand. Like everybody think they can do everything now just because they think they can look it up. Like, girl. And if that's the case, that's okay. If that's the case that you can do it, you looked it up and you can do it and leave me out of it. I do not need you micromanaging me. I don't need you having an attitude, thinking you know more than me, trying to quiz me, trying to test me about, like, no, we're not gonna do that. Like, I just don't like that, y'all, and I don't appreciate that, especially because I went to school for this. I put in the time. I've learned the stuff. Like, I just feel like it's so insulting for somebody who, just because they watch a flip channel, to think that you now know everything. I'm in the field and I don't know everything. Baby, you do not know everything. And they swear, like some clients swear they be knowing everything about flipping a house. Like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Oh, that don't make sense to you. You know you don't know. You know you don't know. And then they'll say they know, and then literally in the same conversation, they end up proving that they don't know. Like, come on now. I just can't. And another thing, y'all, so like I was kind of saying, like I take offense to it because they always have this tone about it because I'm young. On top of the fact that I'm a girl in this field, I'm a woman in this field where it's male dominated. People don't expect women to be in construction. And the fact that I'm that young, they be basically like in the back of their heads, even if they don't know they're doing it, do she actually know what she's doing? Like they're, you know, and everything they say or question me about comes off like exactly how they're thinking, you know? So I get like, it's even more offensive, y'all. That's what I'm trying to say, basically. It's even more offensive because your tone and how you go about it, because of the fact that you don't think I can do it or should be doing it for the most part. So it's like, it's always an underlying, like, you know, can I catch her if she messed up, if she say something wrong? Like, you waiting for me to kind of mess up, kind of do something wrong, not know something. It's like, I don't know, y'all. It's happened to me so much that I start to not let it bother me, because especially in commercial, it used to happen all the time. Like, just the tone of like how everybody would say anything. It's just always that underlying tone. Like, I don't know how to explain to y'all. If you don't know it, you just don't know it. But it's like an underlying tone that I've got a lot because I'm in a male-dominated field. I was always going into a male-dominated field. So even when I was in college and all that stuff, like when we go to interviews and stuff, even when I tell people now, y'all, that I'm an engineer, they be like, oh my gosh, like they're so surprised. And I love that it's a surprise to them because like they don't see that often, basically. So I like that they're now seeing that, but I wanted to kind of start being a norm. So I want y'all to be out here, you know, becoming engineers and stuff too, and get in male-dominated fields, because they don't run nothing. But yeah, so I like that it's kind of like they see something different because I don't do something that women normally go into, especially at my age. But it's also kind of disheartening because at the same time you think you're, I guess, praising me, you're also kind of like, sometimes it's like, oh wow, like how can she be that, you know, type. So it kind of like, on one hand it's a compliment, on the other hand it's like, why can't I be it, you know? So, you know, you just kind of say stuff positive. When I was in commercial and I had just got out of school, it used to really bother me. Nowadays it don't really bother me. It's just like, okay, yeah, I'm an engineer. Okay, people gonna take it how they take it, and if they don't think you're qualified or you don't do something, like, people are gonna think whatever they want to think about you, and you can't do nothing about that. So let it go. So if it's not one thing as far as finances, or, you know, somebody will lie and say they have the finances and then they don't have the finances when they get down to it. And I told y'all one instance where somebody just signed a contract with us and then basically told us that they didn't want to sign for that price and that we were charging them too much money, but signed the contract already and said the price was fine. Then a week later talking about, oh, it's too much. Like, it be so much, y'all, that you got to deal with when it starts getting into people. Everybody wants more than they can afford. Everybody wants more than what they can actually do for their sales. So yeah, y'all, everybody be seeing stuff online, what look cute, what look in the pictures on TV, like, oh, I'm gonna get that, I'm gonna get that. Baby, all that cost. Like, people don't understand how much some of that stuff costs. It costs. Especially when it comes to a house, when it comes to all the nice stuff. You start building a house, you start seeing all the countertops, all that stuff add up. The countertops, the cabinets, the floors, the special appliances, all that stuff add up. And people just go into it thinking they about to get everything, and it costs. It costs to build. And everybody has a bigger eye than what they can afford. And it's just not okay. It's just not okay. Like, just for me personally, I know I have an eye for a lot. So, like, right now, I know. But that's why I'm waiting to build my own house. I know I got to wait, because when I do it, I'm gonna do it big. You know? So I just don't understand people that kind of rush into it and then don't have it all together. I personally, y'all, the example I used, the person signed the contract, we had to happen twice. Signed the contract, twice within the year. They both signed the contract. 2 couples signed the contract. But like I was saying, 2 couples have done it to us within the past year, really. They signed the contract and then was basically trying to negotiate the contract that they signed literally like maybe a week or a few days later. And my thing is, don't sign up, y'all, please. Do not sign a contract that you do not agree to the price on. If you don't agree to the price, don't sign the contract. I thought adults at their age would know that, but they didn't. What do you sign a contract for if you don't agree to the price? You're literally supposed to sign a contract that you agree to the price and everything in the contract, but no. It's crazy, y'all. People out here are really crazy, money hungry, manipulative, like, really get bad. You go through a lot as like an entrepreneur, having your own business, because people really try to tear you down and play with you. I don't understand. But so to all my entrepreneurs, all my business owners, kudos to you, y'all. It really is not as easy and always glorious as people make it seem. It's we go through some stuff, y'all. We go through some stuff. But yeah, that's basically, like, I just don't want to build for other people. I'd rather just build houses and rent them, or build houses and sell them, or, you know, do like more of a like investor type of thing. Just build my own stuff. I don't want to build for other people, because on top of the finances, and then you get attitudes and micromanaging, and then you got to come with indecisiveness. You holding up my timeline for the project because you can't decide on what color paints, and you can't decide what tile, and you can't decide what countertop. Like, whew, like, it really gets to a point. It really gets to a point. And I just personally don't want that in my life, y'all. All that extra. No, I want a peaceful. I want to enjoy me doing construction and going through the whole process. I love it, and I don't want to hate it because of the people I have to deal with. You already got to deal with the other side, y'all, because, you know, you already got to deal with inspectors and building code people. You know, you got to deal with all that stuff already. Appraisal people, and they can sometimes already be against you, you know. But add the clients on top of that, it get real. But yeah, that's not to say all clients are, you know, bad. We had a lot of good clients, y'all, really good clients. It's just them bad apples really be making you, like, be having you, y'all, them bad apples really be doing it to you. But I did want to make sure I tell y'all that, like, go through the whole gist of that, because people get on all these platforms talking about contractor this, contractor that, and sometimes it's them clients. Like, people love to come on here and talk about the contractor or the construction company, and sometimes it is them clients. I'm sorry to tell y'all, it is. And, you know, everybody wants to make them seem like they're the right party. They're the party that did the right thing. Don't believe everything y'all read. Don't believe everything y'all see. But going on to the inspector part, y'all, the appraisal part, people. Y'all, why the rental property that we was going to, I actually showed y'all this in this video, the rental property in Memphis that we fixing up. Y'all already know what happened to it based off the last Just the Girl Construction Series episode, the first one. So basically, y'all, all of that, y'all, we did all the cleaning, all that stuff. Why did the same lady do an appraisal the first time? She gave us, I think, $20,000 or $10,000 or $20,000 more when it was not done than when it was done. So this same lady gave us appraisal before we did any work on the house. When it was just raggedy, she gave us a high appraisal. Then when she came back after we had fixed it up, she gave us a lower appraisal. Y'all, that ain't even. Once you do stuff to a house, when you start to make upgrades to the house, your appraisal is supposed to go higher. Your appraisal is not supposed to get lower. If you updated your house, upgraded your house, and this is not like the appraisal was a long time ago. She did the appraisal within the summer. So she did one at the beginning of the summer, one at probably the end of the summer. So how do you you're the same exact person. How do you do 2 appraisals, one before it's done and one after it's done, and the one before is higher than the one after. I'm sorry to say, y'all, I don't want to sound like a broken brick, like, not a broken brick because I never say it, but like, I know a lot of people just go here and that gives racial prejudice, y'all. I'm sorry to say, because she's an older white lady, and my dad was basically like talking to her about what we're doing, what we're trying to do, like rent the property out and all this other stuff that we had going on. You know, we supposed to be getting a lot of houses in Memphis. We just had a lot of houses basically given us by the government in Memphis to build on. A lot of lots from the government in Memphis to build on. And you know, he started telling a little too much, I think. And you know, some people just, when you start telling me your dreams and stuff, they don't want it to happen. Some people will prey on your downfall, and they would do everything in their ability to make sure you don't get your dream, you know? So I think my dad started telling her a little bit too much, and when she saw us kind of fix it up and like getting to that, you know, close to that point, I don't think she really wanted, you know, everybody don't want you to win. Everybody don't want you to do good in life, y'all. And they dang sure don't want you to do better than them for the most part. A lot of people do not want to see you do better than them. They don't want to see you do good at all, y'all. And I think that's kind of just what it was. My dad told her a little bit too much of like what we had going on, what we were doing, all the, you know, all the good things that were kind of happening for the business and the direction we were going in. And I don't think she just wanted that to happen. That's just kind of the gist of it all, y'all. Because it doesn't make any type of sense. I don't know why my glasses not working. Because it doesn't make any type of sense as to why the appraisal before we did any work and it was looking raggedy. No freaking doors, no trim, no paint, nothing, y'all. Drywall messed up. Like, it was not even, I mean, you could live in it, but you wouldn't want to live in it, basically. It wasn't rentable at that point. Right now, it's rentable. And you give us a lower appraisal price than what you did before when it wasn't even rentable. And it's not no time to been passed. It's literally the same summer. It's not like it's been years, like the neighborhood went down. It's literally from beginning of summer to end of summer, same year. That got racial prejudice written all over it. And it's the fact that I know my dad was talking to her and like telling her what he had going on and the lots he was given by the government and all this stuff. You know, people start to hear you doing too much good and they don't want to help you do it. They don't want to see you do it. And that, I'm gonna just say, y'all, please watch you telling your dreams and your goals too. That is very true. Like, if this didn't teach me nothing, you very much have to watch it, because they'll smile your face even and act like they excited about it the whole time. They planning on how to make it not happen. They planning on it. They hoping for it. They praying on it, y'all. So don't give them the satisfaction. There are some people you just don't need to tell your dreams and your goals and your hopes to. You just don't need to. And I know, like, for social media, like, even now, I'm gonna watch myself what I say on here to y'all, because I don't know who watches. Like, I know I'm building a community that I feel like is for me, but there's also people who click on my video and, you know, this is their first time seeing me. They don't know nothing about me. Who knows what they want? So y'all just watch what y'all say around certain people. Just watch it, y'all. Just watch what y'all say around certain people. Everybody don't need to know your dreams. Everybody don't need to know your hopes. Everybody don't need to know your goals when it comes down to certain things. Like, I mean, you know, weight loss and little stuff like that, I feel like, you know, that's okay to share. I've shared my goals on there and losing weight and stuff like that. But when it comes to like big dreams, like career stuff and academic, and I don't, especially career wise, you don't know who out there watching, and you don't know what they want, what they gonna do. You never know. So I am a firm believer in speak it into existence, but also watch who is around you when you speak it into existence, because, baby, everybody ain't for you. And that's just honestly crazy, because there's no way for her to even justify her doing that. There's nothing she could justify, because there's no way you're telling me that the same house that you looked at before it was fixed up is appraising for less than after it's fixed up. You can't tell me that. You can't tell me that you did your job correctly and that's what you got. That's what you came to the conclusion. You just can't. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that that's what that was, y'all. And it's very sad. I hate that, because, I don't know, y'all. I just feel like racism is it's just so dumb to me. Like, I don't understand how people, I don't understand how people see a skin color and conclude anything. Like, I just don't understand how you see skin color and that you conclude something from that. Like, I don't understand. Personally, I feel like it's a lack of intelligence type of thing, ignorant thing. Because if you had any type of sense in your noggin, y'all, it wouldn't even make sense to you. If you're really that intelligent, racism wouldn't make sense to you. Oh, because you're that skin color, you are dumb. Oh, because you're that, you're a rapist. Like, that don't even sound intelligent. Like, because of your skin color, you're this. It doesn't even sound, it sounds dumb to even say that a color equals this. Like, I just don't understand. I think anybody who is racist is slightly ignorant. I don't care if they have a degree. I don't care if you're slightly ignorant in some type of way, in some type of fashion, y'all, because it just doesn't make sense. Racism doesn't scream intelligence. It screams stupidity. Okay, I'm sorry. There's no other way you can say that. Yeah, y'all. That's just sad to say. I just wanted to tell y'all that because this project was in the first Just Girl Construction episode. That was the whole thing. And it's also in here. So I just wanted to update y'all on that as well. But I'm about to finish this video because I'm trying to get this uploaded, y'all, for Vlogtober. And yeah, because I've been off of the Vlogtober thing and I really want to have this posted. But stay tuned, y'all. I got 2 more videos coming out for Vlogtober. I think I'm just gonna call them week 1, week 2, week 3. Don't know how I'm gonna post it, but I'm just trying to get it out there. I got 2 more YouTube videos that need to come out that I've been recording and just not edited. I've been having a lot going on. But thank you for watching and see y'all in the next video.